For a while now, I've been hesitant to make Catholic content on this channel, and if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've been as proud of being a Catholic as I should be. Recently, I've noticed that I haven't really been open about my Catholic faith, and I think it's because I'm afraid of criticism, and I actually hate that about myself. So this video is kind of my way of committing to taking this step towards being more bold and confident in my Catholic faith, because it's a very strong part of my identity, and I don't want to feel hesitant or embarrassed to openly talk about and share my Catholic faith on this channel anymore. But before we get into it, I want to make it clear that this video is not about Protestants versus Catholics, or about Catholic theology, or the Eucharist, or apostolic succession, but more about what Protestants do well and what Catholics can learn from them. So one of the main reasons why I started making Christian content on my YouTube channel in the first place was because, as a person who watches a lot of YouTube, when I first started consuming Christian content, I would watch a lot of Protestant creators. I would see them preaching online and evangelizing on the streets and just being super bold and confident and verbal with their faith. And so one of the things that I've noticed about Protestants, not just online but in person in real life too, is that they're very courageous and they are not afraid of publicly identifying as Christians and as followers of Jesus. And so at the time when I wasn't creating Christian content on this current YouTube channel that you're watching right now, it made me kind of realize that, oh, as a Christian, I should probably talk about Jesus too, and talk about my faith and share my faith and share the gospel online, because that's what we're called to do. And so that's what I've been doing for like the past year or so. I've been posting a bunch of Christian content and I've gotten pretty comfortable at talking about Jesus, which is awesome because I used to be afraid to just make Christian content full stop and talk about Jesus full stop. Anyway, now I want to talk about the differences between Catholics and Protestants. As we said, Protestants are very verbal and confident about their faith. On the other hand, Catholics, from what I've observed, they're a lot more reserved. And sometimes some Catholics I've seen are pretty scared about saying that they're Catholic. And I used to be like that. I think it's because back then I used to be a little bit embarrassed to mention my faith because I didn't want people to think that I'm weird because I believe God is real. But aside from that, another difference is Protestants really emphasize evangelization. And I think because there's a culture around evangelization and trying to get as many people as we can to follow Jesus, to follow God. And as Catholics, we also believe that, except I think the culture we have is not the same. Protestants definitely emphasize evangelization more than Catholics do. But like I said, as a Catholic, I believe that I'm already pretty confident and comfortable with talking about Jesus. Like, I literally post YouTube videos online talking about Jesus and being a Christian. However, recently I've been having this pull or inclination to start making Catholic content. And so that kind of got me thinking about, why haven't I made Catholic content? Like, for the past year or so, like I said, I've been making Christian content, and I have like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 Catholic videos that are not really like super Catholic. But apart from that, everything else I think is just Christian. And I've come up with 2 main reasons why I think I haven't been making Catholic content on this channel. Firstly, I wasn't really too sure about how to make Catholic content because all of the stuff that you see on YouTube that are Catholic are very deeply theological, and they talk about theology and like the Eucharist and arguments for Catholicism, you know, the papacy, apostolic succession. And I wouldn't really say that's my forte or what I'm good at, so I guess I've been avoiding it for that reason. And the second reason, which I kind of realized recently since I've started getting that pull and inclination to start making Catholic content, is this. I think I've been afraid. I honestly think that I've just been scared or hesitant to share my Catholic faith on my YouTube channel. And what's been really annoying me is that I think the reason for it is because I'm scared of being judged or criticized for my faith, my Catholic faith. Last time I used to be scared to get criticized for my Christian faith full stop, but now I've realized that I'm scared of being criticized for my Catholic faith. Seeing Catholicism and Catholics getting criticized online, like people saying, oh, we worship Mary, or we worship the saints, or we're idolaters because we believe in the Eucharist, which obviously are misconceptions, but I think that's honestly made me hesitant to talk about my Catholic faith on my channel because I didn't want to deal with those criticisms, especially since most of my audience right now are Protestants. And like, I have nothing against Protestants. I have a couple of Protestant friends and they're awesome. But obviously the people who are criticizing Catholicism the most are Protestants, so I didn't want to deal with that. But honestly, it's really been annoying me, and I don't like the fact that I'm scared of talking about and sharing my Catholic faith on my own YouTube channel. And also, like I said early in the video, me being Catholic is a strong part of my identity. And it feels like if I'm not talking about my Catholic faith and I'm not making Catholic content on my own YouTube channel, I feel like I'm just not being myself completely. And it's almost like I'm living two different lives. Like in real life, I'm Catholic Jeremy. Online, I'm just Christian Jeremy. And so moving forward from now on, I plan to create more Catholic specific content and videos because I'm so flippin' done with being scared of getting criticized and fearing judgment, and I don't want to let that fear stop me from creating what I want to create and post online. But before I end this video, I want to thank all my Protestant and Catholic friends out there, all my Christian friends who have been bold and very verbal about their faith and confident in their faith online, because you've inspired me to do the same. But now I want to be more bold and more courageous with my Catholic faith. So from now on, it's time to represent the Catholics. I hope you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and it's time to start the next chapter. I'll see you in the next one.